Welcome, everybody. My name is Cindy, and I am so excited to chat with Jordan today about her experience from being a teacher to a new corporate career. Hey, Jordan, how are you?
Hi, Cindy. Doing really well. Happy to be talking with you today.
I'm so excited to talk to you today. Tell
Yeah.
everybody what you do.
Well, hi. Yeah. So like Cindy mentioned, I am a former educator. I was in elementary teaching, transitioned out to pursue a career in sales. So currently I am at a company that works with 401ks and offering that up to businesses. So I am, in the sales department, selling 401ks. Yeah.
And what is it like? Tell everybody about your job. How does it feel? I know people sometimes get scared about that term sales. What does
Yeah.
it mean for you?
Yeah, it's funny because when I was trying to decide what I wanted to transition into after teaching, I thought about the skills that I have that I felt like I was good at. And one thing that I thought of was, oh, when I really like a product, I get all my friends and family to try it too. I'm like, oh my gosh, have you tried this skin cream? Like, you have to try it. Like, I get so excited about things that I like that I want other people to experience it. And I guess in my mind, I was like, that's sales, right? It's just telling people how excited you are about a product and having them wanting to join on too. So that's kind of one of the reasons I was like, well, let me try this out. And I actually before working at this company I'm at currently, I was in a different sales type position, and was pretty nervous, nervous about making those cold calls and, meeting quotas. But what I found is that there's a lot of similarities between teaching and sales. I don't feel like I'm actually necessarily selling. I feel like I'm helping, I'm teaching, right? Like if I can get up every day and teach fifth graders math and get them excited about it, then I think I can get almost anybody excited about anything. So yeah.
I like the parallel that you just drew, showing how you were actually had sales experience when you were working as a teacher.
Right.
So what is your life like now?
Yeah, it's so different. The job I'm at currently is fully remote, flexible hours. So going to that from, being in the classroom every day for, let's be honest, 10 plus hours a day, um, just opened up so many more opportunities for me. I'm able to be more present with my family, help out more, and do more things for myself. So it's just made a huge difference in the quality of my life, personally. So yeah, very appreciative.
That is fantastic. I love that when people get to their next job, that they're really happy, right? That you're not running from something, but running to something where you have a better quality of life, better enjoyment. And how hard is it to sell?
Well, I believe if you are selling a product that you already believe in, that you already, know that is quality, it's not hard because you don't have to convince anyone. You just show them the value of your product and it really sells itself. So in that respect, I don't think it's that hard, but I don't want to take away from, there are definitely techniques I'm still learning and like I guess tricks of the trade to be a better salesperson. Um, and a lot of it is forming different habits, like learning what you do when you speak and going, oh, I didn't realize I say like 50 times when I talk to somebody and trying to change this habit. So that can be really tricky. But yeah, if you have a product that you already believe in, I find it to be enjoyable. I'm just talking to people and sharing about it. So
You can tell everybody. You shared off screen how great you're doing. Tell everyone about your numbers from last month.
Cindy, when you worked with me, I struggle with, I feel like I brag when I tell
So
people what
let's
I
go
do.
ahead and brag a little bit.
Right,
Let's go and
right.
tell everybody.
Yeah, so this current job, I've been there. I'm in month 3 right now. So we finished out quarter 3 a few weeks ago, and I did end the quarter with over 200% of my quota. So yeah,
Yeah,
doing pretty well. Yeah, on track for this quarter two already. So yeah.
I would say that is absolutely, absolutely fantastic. What was the journey like? Like we met, you had already worked in another sales position, you were looking for another position. What was going on in your life at that time, as far as
Yeah.
your job search?
Yeah. I mean, I guess starting with when I was decided to transition out of teaching, before I had met you, my application process was very much just spray and pray. I think I sent, I mean, not I think in a span of like 2 months, I sent over 100 applications
It's
with the
crazy.
same resume, with this like pretty much the same cover letter. And I think I got 2 interviews out of those 100 ones, that I sent out, and one actual job request. So of course I was like, yes, I'll take it. Um, but it was very stressful. It was very hard. I was doing that process while still being in the classroom. So, you know, job searching very much can be a full-time job. So
For
doing it while
sure.
you have a full-time job is very challenging. But when I met you, Cindy, it was different. I was in that position for 10 months and didn't really see it coming, but they did decide to let me go. There were some layoffs going on. So I found myself in a position where I was, back at square one, needed to, send out applications again, but I had my time was different. I wasn't working full time. But I knew I did not want to repeat the process I did last time. So I do not want to go for the next few months sending out hundreds of applications just to get one interview. So I knew I had to do things differently, just wasn't sure how, and kind of came across you on LinkedIn and it was like, it can't hurt, right? I gotta try something different, and absolutely was just a game changer, like more strategic with that job search. Targeted resumes and cover letters. I got more interviews. Honestly, I don't even remember how many interviews I got. I feel like every time we met, I was like, I have another interview.
You were interviewing a lot. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
it was going really well. There were a lot of interviews happening at the time. And
it
the
was.
other thing is that the interviews were going better.
They were. Yeah. I left them feeling much more confident than I had before after leaving an interview. So definitely.
So what was the best parts of us working together?
I would say definitely you challenging me to be more confident. Like I think, like I said earlier, I have a hard time talking about my achievements because and to me it feels like, oh, I don't want to brag. And you just telling me over and over, like it's not bragging, and even if it is, brag. You want to show people you're not making things up. These are your actual accomplishments, and you have to acknowledge them. So yeah, getting that kind of like through my head, like you have these skills, so be confident about it. So yeah.
It is hard, right? It is hard for women to boast about themselves. We kind of like to stay in the background and not like you didn't want to give your numbers now, right? We don't want to say those things. Teachers have a big habit of just saying, well, I just did my job. I only, it was just part of the team,
Yeah.
rather than talking about everything that they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think even to go as far as to say that there was a bit of imposter syndrome, because it's like, oh, I was just a teacher. I would say that, like, all I know is teaching. My degree is in teaching. I'm not qualified to do this, and it was furthest from the truth. I think I would have to look up some actual data and numbers, but I would not be surprised if there was some correlation between teaching and other professions and how those skills really translate. And some educators may be the best salespeople. So yeah, definitely getting out of that mindset of, oh, this is all I can do, this is all I know how to do, and realizing that I have so much that I can offer in other positions. So yeah.
Yeah, and even I remember we were talking about your statistics from when you were in sales before. And you didn't even want to talk about that when you were practicing interviewing for this job. It's like, well, we have to tell them,
Yeah.
right? You were good at what you did. We have to tell them,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
right? So that you can market yourself, so you can,
Right.
be, and that's how you got this position.
Yeah, yeah. I keep laughing because to me now it sounds silly. I'm like, I can't believe it was so hard for me to just say that I was doing well and to show them that I can do it, you know? So, yeah.
So what is your advice for somebody who is either looking to make a pivot in their career, leave teaching, or they've left teaching already, and then they're going to another position after that?
Yeah, I would say, yeah, a couple of things. One, it's patience. You know, I think that in that, for at least for me, in that transition, there's a little bit of panic of like, well, who's gonna want me? And that first person who wants me, I guess I have to go with them. And that's not true. Yes, the job market, can get, very competitive and sometimes are more difficult than others, but the right opportunity will come along, and it doesn't have to feel like this. You just have to go with the first thing that comes along. Like you can find that right spot for you. And then the other thing, like we just keep saying, be confident in the skills that you have from your previous experiences, and don't be afraid to really brag on yourself and let people know that you're right for this job, you're right for this company. So, yep.
So any other final thoughts you want to leave everybody with?
I would say if you're thinking about working with Cindy, then just go ahead because it can't hurt, right? And for me, it was definitely a game changer. So thank you so much, Cindy, for all the help you gave me. And, you know, again, I'm at a place where I'm at a job where I'm happy, but more than that, I feel like I have this confidence that, if I do need to go through this process again, I know what to do and, you know, ready to handle it. So.
Which is also fantastic because who knows what the future is going to lead for any of us, right?
Exactly. Right.
And down the road, we all may want to go and climb that corporate ladder, and you may look for another position later on, and you know what you need to do.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, thank you so much. It has been an absolute joy having you here, and I wish you
Same.
continued success.
Same. Thanks, Cindy.